former President Jacob Zuma is fighting hard to have his day in court, that's in person. His lawyers have raised concerns about his case being heard virtually today, arguing it contravenes provisions of the Criminal Procedure Act. But the National Prosecuting Authority has called this latest application a delaying tactic. Newzroom Afrika's news editor, that's Dianne Hawker, has this report.
It's been over a decade of stops and starts in the Zuma corruption case. And just as the court is expected to hear the start of his application to have the prosecutor removed, his lawyers are asking for a postponement. On Saturday, Zuma's lawyers submitted an application to the Pietermaritzburg High Court to have the case postponed. Zuma's lawyers argue that the case must be heard in person or not at all. They say a virtual hearing is in contravention of his fair trial rights contained in the Criminal Procedure Act. His lawyers also say that after Zuma's incarceration on the 7th of July, they were not able to consult with him until the 15th of July. Zuma's lawyers say they tried to negotiate with the NPA for the ideal conditions of conducting the trial, but the NPA refused a postponement. Zuma's lawyers say he wants the plea application heard as a trial that will include oral evidence in terms of Section 108 of the Criminal Procedure Act. They argue that the absence of an accused in court would be an irregularity. Meanwhile, the NPA says it's ready to argue the plea.
We will vigorously argue for their special plea to be dismissed, as we believe it has no merit, because Mr. Downer was designated by the Director of Public Prosecutions in KZN to prosecute in the matter. With regard to their argument of political interference, that matter was ventilated by the Supreme Court of Appeal, hence the charges were reinstated.
The NPA says it will oppose the application for postponement. In an affidavit filed on Sunday, Prosecutor Billy Downer says Zuma is just playing for time. He adds that Zuma will be able to follow the proceedings via a virtual link at the Escort Correctional Center. Downer is adamant that Zuma's rights won't be infringed. Meanwhile, the registrar of the High Court in Pietermaritzburg has written to all lawyers in the province saying the court will be closed from Monday to Wednesday due to the current unrest in the province. Zuma's lawyers say this should be reason enough to postpone the case. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Dianne Hawker in Johannesburg.